What's up, guys? This is In the Corner with Destiny McCubbin, and I've got a good friend of mine and UFC lightweight, Evan Elder, in the corner with me today. Evan.
Destiny.
What's up?
What's cracking?
How we doing?
I'm always good. Good to see you. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's a Wednesday. You already had probably a tough training week by this point. It's 6 p.m. It's a long day. So thanks for being here.
It's all good. It's a
I'm
great
honored
way to unwind
that you
today.
made the time. Oh yeah.
Get out of
a
here.
yap session in the corner. Come
That's
on.
right.
Come on.
Right. You know me. I love to talk.
Of course. So what's up? Where are you coming from? What'd you do today?
This morning had like about a 2.5 hour session. It was actually nothing crazy. I was trying to, with a session that long, you can't be freaking redlining forever, but
Right.
Had a bunch of grappling, did some good drilling, and got some PT afterwards, went home, ate, chilled, and took a quick nap before I came here, and that was about it for the day.
Yeah. Okay. Love a good midday nap. It's kind of
Every day.
It's kind of necessary.
I do
right?
it literally every single day. At least it's usually only about 20 minutes, but I found like that's like the sweet spot for me.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I'm like I have like an insane training session where I'm just smoked. I might fall asleep for like an hour,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, I'm usually like 20 minutes. Sweet spot. Yeah. Wake up. I got like a whole freaking second wind for the second half of the day.
Isn't it crazy that like that little cat nap is like that's real? Like that if you go too long, sometimes it could be what's the word? Counterproductive.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna lie though. Sometimes I straight up crash for like 2 hours, but then I
hey,
wake up and I'm like, let's
Dude,
go.
I'm a sleep nut.
You you've been going to bed early, huh?
Yeah, dude, I'm meticulous about my sleep, man. I feel like it's like the literal foundation of our overall health, physical and mental.
100%.
So,
especially being in the UFC, training the way that you guys do. I feel like you definitely need that.
Yep.
So you're here in Vegas, right? You're living here. How long
Yep.
you been here in Las Vegas now?
I think April is pulling up on 2 years. So
Okay.
yeah. Time flew by. I love it here. It's been great.
It's the best.
Yeah,
isn't
it is really nice.
I love it, and especially being in the UFC. I think it's so smart for UFC fighters, to live here because you have the PI.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you need is there for recovery and training and food and just all that. I think it's so smart. But where'd you come from?
So I'm from Missouri originally.
Okay.
Born and raised in Missouri. Did my first like 5 or so years of training in Missouri.
Whereabout?
And I was training at a gym called Han MMA, just a local gym close to me.
Okay.
It's pretty much the closest one that we could find. And did about 5 years there, and I lost my third amateur fight to a guy that ended up being in the UFC, Violent Bob Ross, Luis Pena. And it was kind of the kick in the ass that I needed to be like, hey man, if you want to do this like you say you do, like you need to go travel and like get the best training you can. I had a terrible weight cut. It was a couple days after my 19th birthday. Was my third amateur fight.
Wow.
And on my birthday, I went ham and just ate cake and like candy. Everybody brought me a bunch of sweet treats, and it was like, obviously, I shouldn't have, because I was cutting weight and knew that was going to mess things up. And it was like once I did a little bit, I was like, oh, well, I already did it. I already messed up, so might as well send it. And anyways, it was all great. We were just talking about lessons, right? How, whether it be bad job experiences, messing up your weight cuts, any type of life experience is always just lessons. And that lesson of the bad weight cut, I had a terrible time making weight. And then the fight itself went really bad. And it was just a kick in the ass, the lesson that I needed in order to be like, hey, if you want to do this like you say you do it, let's go do it. So after that, packed up, moved to California for about 1.5 years. And after that, I went back home for about a year, met a good friend of mine now, and he moved to Florida, or back down to Florida, and was like, bro, you got to come down here, man. It's like the best training in the world. And I was like, pfft. Not for me.
Say less.
Yeah, say less, bro.
Yeah.
So he flew home for a fight, and instead of flying back, he just hopped in the car with me. I packed up, and we drove down, and I stayed on his couch for a couple weeks, and then I found my own place and was in Florida for about 5 years, training at one of the best gyms in the world. It was hard knocks when I got there, and turned to Sanford MMA. It's now Kill Cliff FC. Okay. One of the best gyms in the whole world.
What part of Florida is that?
Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Okay.
Just north of Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah, amazing place, amazing people, incredible training. And then I just ran into a wall where my body was just falling apart. I was just hurt all the time, and it was my own fault. It was that ever since I started training, I was always the guy that was like just lived off of hard work. You know, I just always wanted to be the hardest worker in the gym. Yeah. Ever since I was young, I was like, I want to be a world champion. So if you want to be the best in the world, you got to work harder than everybody. So I thought hard work was the end all be all. So unfortunately, I had a much different understanding of what hard work really is. And, you know, before it was just effort, you know, the more I sweat, the more I exert energy, the better I'm going to be.
No pain, no gain kind of mentality, right? Yep. It's kind of, I feel like how, you know, the fight game used to be just coming up back in the day.
Yeah. And it's still, I mean, it's still foundational. Like, I mean, it's you know, thank God that, you know, I've had this conversation a lot, but like, it's way easier to dial it back than it is to get somebody to be able to turn that up. You know, I'd rather it be this way, but it came with a whole lot of issues because I kind of, a whole lot of lessons, because kind of David Goggins myself, you know, is the way I kind of think about it. Of like, if you ever read or listened to David Goggins' first book, and at the end of his book, he was pretty much in a hospital bed and just dying, essentially. Like his body was just shutting down, like complete failure, because he had just redlined and done so much for so long.
Yeah.
And of course, praise God, I didn't take it to that extreme. I wasn't in a hospital bed or nothing like that, but I was, dude, it literally felt like every single time my feet hit the mat, I was hurt.
Really?
And I really was like, man, this might be it. Like, really? I'm 27. Yeah, I think I was 27. Or about to be 27.
So you were already in the UFC.
26, 27. Yeah, I was in the UFC for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, what did I do? Like, maybe I just messed up so bad that I can't, you know, I'm not gonna be able to figure this out. But then I was like, yo, quit being a bitch, go figure this out. And packed up. I went back home for a couple months and ultimately made the decision to come out here to be able to utilize the PI, kind of be in control of my training schedule a little bit more, to where, you know, if I needed to take days off because, you know, I'm trying to work on my body, you know, let my body rest and recover, I could do that. And, you know, kind of be the CEO of my own career. And,
absolutely, as you should.
Yeah, and the UFC is just, the UFC Performance Institute is such a fantastic tool to utilize, like with the food and the PT especially has really been the big thing for me. And the, you know, training facility, of course, and then the access to all of the amazing minds that work at the UFC between strength and conditioning, physical therapy, nutrition,
mental.
Yep.
They work everything.
The mental coaching. They literally got everything, you know, it's sick. It's super dope.
So when you were like having these injuries, were you, like you said, you were just training super hard? Were you just not really focusing on those other things, such as, you know, your rest and your recovery and the way you ate, and you were just kind of going in every single time, going hard?
No, you know, I feel like I've always done a pretty good job of every single night when I'd get done training, I'd go to the local gym and LA Fitness is what it was in Florida. In Shape in California, Gold's Gym in Missouri. But every single day when I would get done with training, ever since I was 19, I would get done training, go get in the hot tub and or the sauna, and then because I kind of looked at that as like my stretching steroids, get the body nice and warm, loosened up, and then I would go stretch for 15, 20, 30 minutes, foam roll, use my lacrosse ball, and I would do that every single night. But how I kind of articulated now, I don't even know if this is like the best way to put it, but it's the way it seems to me is like, you know how you can't outwork a bad diet. Like you can eat calories so much faster than you can burn them. Right. So if you're eating Oreos, I don't care how much you're running, you're probably going to be able to eat Oreos faster than you're able to burn those calories. Or you're going to be able to consume calories much faster than you're going to burn them. So you can't outwork a bad diet, and the same way you can't out recover an insane training schedule. So if I'm going in and going ham and trying to redline for 2 to 3 hours a day, you know, if I'm stretching and doing PT and recovery for 30 minutes or even an hour, you know, it's not quite enough to erase all that damage. And, you know, before you know it, you accumulate a lot of miles and a lot of wear and tear, a lot of damage. And, you're going to you got to take your body in for service.
You're 28, but I always talk, when I talk to fighters, like you're 28, but you're old in dog years.
For sure.
So you went to Florida. What year did you move to Florida?
Man, what year would that have been? It was before the pandemic. So, I want to say 2018.
Okay.
I'd have to double check.
Okay. So, but you were there when you made your UFC debut in 2022. You were there. That was with that team.
I was only 1-0 as a pro whenever I moved to Florida. It was amazing that they even let me stay. I really was not to the level to be on the mats with the guys that were there. And I was a really good body just because I was willing to take an ass whooping and keep working hard and try to be super respectful. I've always thought about being undeniable, train as hard as you possibly can, treat everybody with respect, and do whatever's asked of you, and I feel like if you do those things, I should be undeniable. And, praise God, it's really, really opened a lot of doors for me because there's been a lot of opportunities that I've had that I really wasn't necessarily qualified or, had the skill set for.
Yeah.
And speaking of, there's a great quote that I love that kind of talks about that, but like, God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called, right? And
I love that.
It's like,
say that again. God doesn't
call the qualified, he qualifies the called.
I love that.
Yeah, it's something like that. It might be the chosen instead, but
I need you to send that to me for sure.
But I mean, I think it just speaks volumes to like just the idea of like you're not gonna be ready. Like you don't have to wait until you're ready. Go get the experience, and that's how you're gonna get ready in the first place.
Yes. People that wait till they're ready, you'll never do it. You just have
100%.
to literally the only way to get ready is to do it, to experience it.
Yep.
Even when you want to fight, it's like John Wood always says, I'm like, I want to get in shape. The only way you get in shape is by doing it. The only way, I want to get in shape before I spar. The only way to get in sparring shape is to spar. You have to suffer for a little bit, and then before you know it, you're in the ready that you were waiting to be in, right?
Yep. Oh, I love that. You're in the ready.
I just came up with that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That was pretty nice. Bars.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that exact same thing. Is like people always talk about like I hear a lot of people that are like interested in starting jiu-jitsu or anything, any type of martial art, but they're like, oh yeah, I really want to do it. I'm going to do it. I want to get in shape first. And I'm like, bro, you're never going to do it. Like I literally will tell them like, bro, you're never going to do that. Like you're for the vast majority, people will never do it because they're going to be, all that is a, and this lives in every single one of us, it's a fear of the unknown of like, maybe if I could just be a little bit more prepared before I go do this new thing that I'm kind of worried about, then I'll be okay.
Yeah.
But just like anything, it's the field goal, is always going to move, right?
Yes.
The goalpost, not the field goal fucking stays put. But the goalpost is always,
we fight. It's okay.
Yeah, what is something like that, dude? I don't know. Something's always moving, but anyways, you're always gonna wish you were more prepared, and the only way to really be prepared is to go do that shit. So
exactly,
go do that.
Yes,
go do that.
Do it. Jump in the fire.
Just do it.
Do it scared. I always tell myself, do it scared.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know, man. That just seems, I don't know, but I'm like, I'm gonna do it scared. I'm scared. I'm so scared. I'm gonna.
You know what I'm so much more afraid of, and this is so cliche, and I honestly don't even like to say it anymore because I realize talk is so cheap that I got to prove it to myself even that like it's so easy to say that just do it anyways what I was gonna say though is that what I'm more afraid of is not taking the chance, of like legitimately, I don't even know if it's like the regret aspect, no regrets, no regrets, whatever. And, but like legitimately,
dream, believe, achieve.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. Shout out Diego Lopez. But I legitimately, I'm like, it makes me fucking furious. I feel like fear is such a liar, especially as, a Christian. I feel like that's the voice of the enemy. And
yes.
I'm listening to the wrong voice. One of my favorite Bible verses, 2 Timothy 1:7 says, for God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of sound mind. And I actually that Bible verse found me when I was getting ready for my third UFC fight. And I was 0-2 at the time. And dude, it just clicked. I remember I was so anxious. There was so much anxiety surrounding this fight of like, dude, I'm 0-2. I had two pretty good performances, but they were losses. It doesn't matter. The result is what matters. And the result's what counts at least.
Yes.
And I was like, man, if I lose this fight, I'm probably going to get cut. For sure, I'm going to get cut.
Yeah.
That's the guy I was fighting even. We were both 0-2. Both had 2 good performances in the UFC, but lost. And we knew.
Did he get cut?
He did. Yeah. We knew we were fighting for our job.
Yeah.
And,
damn.
But I was so worried.
Chills.
Yeah. I was so worried. I was like, bro, I spent my life chasing this dream. And who knows, bro, if I get cut, who knows how it's going to play out, and I might not ever get back. And so there was a ton of fear, a ton of anxiety. And I remember one morning I was listening to a devotional, and that verse came on. It was 2 Timothy 1:7, for God did not give us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. And I was like, bro, what am I doing? Like, why am I so afraid? I'm just I'm listening to the wrong voice. Right? Like, I'm always going to be afraid. Like you were saying, do it anyways. Like, that shit's always going to be there. Yeah. But like, why dwell on the negativity in your mind?
Right.
And it really made sense to me of like, oh, I'm listening to the wrong voice. There's a voice in my head also that says, you can be the best in the world, motherfucker. Like, why not listen to that voice? Like, why not listen to that voice? There's I love the idea of don't listen to yourself, talk to yourself. And for that reason, there's a lot of times our brain's like natural reaction. I'm no scientistologist, so I don't know if this is biologically correct. Yeah. But I think our brain has an inclination to naturally veer towards negativity. And I mean, there's a scientific idea behind that theory of like negativity bias, right? Of like our brain favors negativity because it wants to keep us safe.
Yes, especially when you experienced it too, like a loss. People who like when you be like losing a fight, when that's the last thing you experience, it's hard to turn your mind to the actual possibility that you could be fucking great.
Yep.
And
I really think that's what makes the greats great. Like, that is probably the distinguishing factor. Yeah. Like, it really probably is.
That mental toughness to be able to overcome that.
Yep. Yeah, because just like we were just talking about earlier about the lessons and like how everything, dude, bad shit happens to everybody ever. Not a single person in this lifetime. Every single person you look up to and admire and you wish you could be them, and you think that, they've got such a great life. Every single one of them has had really hard shit happen and had to overcome that. Yep. And they refuse to have a victim mentality and be like, oh man, the world hates me. This is the hand that I was dealt, and it just is what it is. Maybe I guess I wasn't cut out for it. They were the ones that were able to be alchemist and transmute that freaking that shitty hand of cards and turn it into something playable, and really find a way to turn their situation into something that ultimately ended up benefiting them. Yeah. And I really think that's like the distinguishing factor between people that make it and people that don't is are you willing to deal with the mental uncomfortability of all the learning lessons, all the failures, all the losses, all the setbacks? Are you willing to take those? They're going to be there anyways. Everybody's going to get them. Are you willing to be able to sit there and delay gratification? Because it feels so much better when we take a loss. It's so much easier if I were to lose a UFC fight to be like, oh man, well, it just wasn't my night. He got lucky. I got eye poked. I should have done this. So many reasons. Instead of pointing the finger at you and be like, how do I get better? Like, what's the learning lesson in this? Like, that the only thing that matters is how do I get better? And
you talk about, people, though, like that's what separates those people. But I think that you were in that category of being the person that separates, to the greater side, because I mean, like you said, you started in under the UFC banner at 0-2, and now you're riding a 3-fight winning streak. You know what I mean? And so that says a lot, to be able to overcome that, and not just 1 win, but 3 wins. That's kind of a big deal, So what's next? I know you just overcame an injury. What was it exactly?
Man, I forget the freaking.
And that's mental toughness in and of itself as well.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. I'll be honest with you. So I completely tore the outside of my ankle. It was the ATFL. Okay. I was trying to remember the freaking acronym. Yeah. I don't know what it stands for. But I completely tore my ATFL on the outside of my ankle. Partially tore 2 more on the inside of my ankle. So the one on the outside's gone. I've trashed this ankle before when I was like 16. And this is why I think, excuse me. This is why I think this injury took so long is I really did a number on this ankle when I was wrestling when I was like 16.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I never actually rehabbed it or like physical therapy or anything. I basically just stuck it up, rice, rest, ice, Russian elevation, and did that for like 3 months until I could get back to training. And then I just taped it up and we just got back to training. And now that I know a little bit more, man, there's a giant process that happens from my understanding. Again, I'm no scientistologist, but
scientistologist is killing me.
But there's a lot of stuff that happens, to our body whenever we have a really bad injury. And most of it, in my opinion, is neurological. There's this neurological guarding response that our brain is going to protect that area. It's going to tell everything else to tighten up and lock up and do the job of whatever just got injured. So that thing doesn't have to work hard. It can just rest and recover. Mm-hmm. But now, if you don't go back in there and rewire your brain to get back to normal, all that stuff's going to stay all tight and locked up. Mm-hmm. And now your range of motion is not going to be the same. You're not going to have the same mobility. You're not going to be able to utilize that joint or whatever it is that got hurt to its full potential like you were before. And, I think that's a big part of the miles and the damage that we accumulate as athletes and fighters especially is just little things that just kind of go unnoticed, and we don't take the time to really do our due diligence to like fully heal and to overcome, because it takes a ton of work. But
yes.
Anyway, sorry, I got a little bit off track, but this ankle took me forever. It took like 4 months for it to get good. Yeah. Finally, it's all better.
And you were in a fight camp, weren't you?
I was, yeah. I was getting ready to fight Tom Nolan in Perth.
Yes.
And man, I was super excited for that fight. Yeah. That was a really sick one.
Because you were kind of out for a minute before that too, right? You were like getting back in.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my UFC career has been really, really slow.
Yeah.
So I was super excited, and everything happens for a reason, or
Absolutely.
At least God can make good of any situation. So
it seems that during you could tell you took your recovery very seriously, and it seems like you've just really kind of grown in this time off since you've been back to training. Like, it really seems like you've leveled up a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely feel like I have. Truthfully, I just wake up every single day and I'm just like, how can I get better? Like, that's all I care about. So to me, I'm like, I never really think about like any period of time where I'm not getting better. Like, I better be getting better. That's all I'm doing all day long is trying to get better.
Vince Morales always says, you can't get any worse.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I hope not.
Right.
I will say, I do think every skill is perishable. If you're not actively getting better, you're actively getting worse. So that's why it's so important to constantly be training and maintaining and staying consistent. Mm-hmm. So with this injury, it took like 4 months. I'm all healed up now, and I was getting ready to fight Tom Nolan. I was super excited for that fight. Both of us were on a 3-fight win streak, and
awesome.
Hopefully we'll run it back. He had a fight since then. He won. He's on a 4-fight win streak now, and I don't really have any like specific call outs or anything like that. I don't really care about who I fight. I'm gonna fight whoever they give me, but I did like that matchup. I just think stylistically it was a fun matchup. Like, we both like to stand and bang, so I just think it would be a fun fight. But I'm sure we'll cross paths again in the future.
Yeah, that was my question. Is there anything on the horizon? Like, are your managers saying anything? Are they looking right now, or are you just kind of training?
Yeah, no, I've let everybody know I'm ready to rock. So I'm waiting for the call. I hope that I get something soon. Yeah. So nothing in the works. Like, I haven't heard of like any actual potential dates or names or anything like that, but I'm sure it'll happen soon.
Well, it's a busy year. It's a lot of stack cards coming up. I know like there's Miami, Seattle's kind of close, but Miami, and then obviously International Fight Week's in June. So a lot of good, hopefully big opportunities coming for you. Where are you training out here in Las Vegas?
Pretty much just the PI now.
Okay.
A big part of me coming out here was to, like I was saying, kind of be a lot more intentional with my training. And I feel like with a big team, it's kind of hard to do that. So I was actually at Syndicate for like the first couple months I was out here.
Yeah, okay, I thought so.
I really love Syndicate. Syndicate's great. Super good gym. Everybody there is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And great coaches, and but to me, man, I just felt like I disliked. I was trying to tailor my schedule so much to me specifically that I was having to ask, to make changes to like, hey, on this day, I'm going to be trying to, I don't really want to go live, that many days in a row, whatever it is. And so after a little while, it just made more sense if I kind of got I ended up getting like a small group to train with. And now I'm working with Joe Schilling and Jason Manley just at the UFC PI.
Okay.
And man, it's been great. It's
both amazing.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I really feel like I found like my squad, my coaches and training partners and stuff. So
awesome.
It's been great.
I see you working with Joe Schilling, and like I know when we had talked, you were talking about like you're obviously an incredible striker, but you were saying how he's even cleaned up the details, such as something so simple as a right hand, right?
Dude, everything. I literally, I'm like, and this makes so much sense because he's a literal world champion at one specific art, So he spent as much time and effort that we put into learning boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, judo, wall work, clinch, whatever, all these other separate individual disciplines. That dude put that all into one thing. He's like, I'm going to be the best in the world at just striking. And dude, it shows.
Yeah.
Like whenever I train with him, every single rep is corrected, it's like, hey, turn your foot. Your hips are too square. Like reload, hands up. It's
you're like, damn, I thought I was kind of good. What happened,
dude? Yeah, for real. But I mean, that's I love it.
That's leveling up.
That's leveling up,
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Of like, that's why your mindset matters so much because there's a lot of people, especially, dude. For me, it was a big. Even me, I feel like I have a pretty open mind to where I'm, very growth mindset.
Easy to coachable.
Yeah, I try to be. I was like, dude, I don't know anything. I'm trying to get better. That's all that matters.
And that is actually a skill in and of itself as well.
Oh, dude.
Being coachable, because a lot of people are not.
Such a skill. And our ego is so deceptive. And this is what I was about to say is that. For example, like same thing with Jason Manley. Jason Manley is like the best grappler I've ever trained with, and
I've had the pleasure of working with him back in the day at Extreme, and him and Rachel, his wife. They're both.
Oh, dude, they're sick.
She's phenomenal as well.
Yeah. But Jason's just like so detail oriented and such a good coach, and especially with the grappling, man, like getting just absolutely mauled, And
you're getting mauled. Is that what you said?
Yeah. And it's so easy for me mentally to be like, man, I don't want to do this shit.
I
know how to get out of mount. Like, I'm not gonna name any names, but I was working with somebody the other day. If you're watching, but younger guy, and we were doing some drilling, and he was asking me some details and stuff like that, and I was like getting into the nitty gritty of like how to really do it right, and at least to the best of my knowledge. And we were talking about throwing a jab, and I was correcting him like every rep, and he was like, man, I know how to throw a jab. Like, shut up. Like, I'm good, Like, quit telling me that. Like, I know how to throw a jab. I was like, all right, that's all good. Like, I understand. But that's that exact mindset of like, but the same thing happens to me of like, dude, every fucking rep gets corrected. I'm always doing it wrong.
A little frustrating, I'm sure.
I'm always doing it wrong because my idea of what my expectation is perfection.
Yeah.
And we're never going to get there. So it's like, I'm pursuing this thing I'm never going to get, but I'm going to be willing to chase it down anyways. And it's so incredibly frustrating because our mind wants certainty, our brain wants certainty.
Yeah.
It's the same thing we were talking about, that like negativity bias is really just fear of uncertainty. We don't know how things are going to play out. So like, don't even take the chance. Like let's stay away from that, avoid that. And so our brain wants certainty, and that certainty of like, I know what I'm doing. It feels so good, but it's it's deceiving, and it's going to keep you from leveling up. So
100%.
Anyways, it's been amazing, man. I feel like I've leveled up so much. It's been a year, almost. It's going to be a year for sure. Since I fought before I get back in the cage.
Okay.
So there'll be a lot of stuff, a lot of leveling up to show the world.
Love that for you.
Yeah, thank you.
So Joe, he doesn't live here though. So he just come down? Oh, he does.
Yeah,
okay.
He lives here in Vegas now.
Oh.
He still has a gym in California, so he goes there. He travels back and forth a lot. He'll spend a couple days a week out there and then come back. But
so did you guys meet when he moved out here, or was it kind of like he was working with you and then came out here to meet with you?
Total. God totally set it up. Just a friend of a friend basically was like, bro, you're in Vegas, like you should train with my boy Evan. And I he was like, yeah, I'll do a private with him, whatever. We both figured it'd kind of be like a one-off thing, and we did a private, and yeah, we totally clicked, and I was just in love right away because he was just like we were talking about, just everything so detailed, like, hey, fix this, and it was so like it wasn't like hey dude, you're fucking this up. Like it was just like, hey, try this. Like like turn your hips a little bit this way. Like bring your hand. Make sure you're
not necessarily trying to change you, but add to.
and man, he's just such a good coach, dude. I literally I can't say enough good things about Joe.
That's awesome. When you feel that connection, like you gotta just because it's not with everybody. There's great coaches in the world, but you might not click with them
for sure. And yeah, so we did the one lesson, and sat down and talked for a while afterwards. Just kind of we were cool, and he was like, we can train again tomorrow if you want. And I was like, bro, I would love to. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, for sure. And then the next day I was like, hey, I'm going to be sparring tomorrow if you want to come and, watch or coach me. And he's like, yeah, I can come in, came in, coached me up a little bit. And it was just every day since then. Yeah. It was like, dude, it's total godsend, man. That dude's been a blessing for sure.
I love that. I know, like you said, you're doing everything on the PI. So like, what does like the week consist of? Like, is it how often are you sparring? Is it a big group? Is it just is it like kind of certain people, or how does it work? And you're wrestling as well on certain days.
Yep. Yeah. So let's think. Right now, Monday in the morning, I do pads with Joe. I got PT in the afternoon. Usually kind of chill in the evening on Monday. Tuesdays I got I do a drilling session for an hour from 10 to 11, and then I have strength and conditioning 11 to 12. And then I usually wrestle Tuesday evening with Chase Pammy over at Gold Rush. Amazing coach. Really, really like working with him. Wednesday morning I spar. Been sparring with Mateus Nakasha's group. Do you know Mateus?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, freaking another amazing guy. Super, super great coach. He's got a great squad. I jump in with their team and do sparring at the PI. And then Wednesday evening I got PT and recovery. I forgot. I just started doing a swim workout for the last month or so. So Mondays I'll in the evening I swim. So it's
tough.
Pads, swimming, grappling or drilling, drilling, strength and conditioning, wrestling, sparring. CTE's hitting me. Trying to remember my schedule. And then PT Thursdays.
It's a long schedule.
Thursday's another drilling session, and then S&C just like Tuesday, and then usually train with Jason in the evening, some more grappling, and then Friday morning grappling again, and then off in the evening.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you guys hearing this? Like, this is what I mean. Like, people don't even understand like the lifestyle that that you live. Like, it's a full on job, but it's not just you go sit at a desk or do something 9 to 5. It's just work. Your body is working constantly. Like, wow, hats off to you, Evan, because that's a lot.
Thank you. It's funny because it's really that's the fun part. Like that's the part that we enjoy, and then there's in between all that wake up and make sure you're getting a good breakfast before training, and then you got all your stuff ready. Go train, get there early to do your warm up, and then to do it like a professional, and then do your warm up. You get your training session in, cool down, get your recovery in, go home, eat a good meal, take a nap, go back and do the same thing. Get your body worked on, go get your next session. Make sure you're prioritizing your rest, your meals, everything else. So there's a whole lot of saying no to a lot of stuff, like plans and people wanting to go out and stuff like that. So but yeah, it's that's part of the sacrifice. I don't even.
It doesn't seem like you're very you seem very to the T doing what you got to do. Doesn't bug you.
Trying to.
That's good. But speaking of going out, I did see you were at an event over the weekend, a cigar event. I know you're kind of working with a cigar company, right? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, Triumph Cigars, man. They've been great. Brian Smith, the owner, and O'Day Osborne, also co-owner.
Oh, okay. Yep. O'Day. Shout out to O'Day.
Shout out O'Day.
Love you.
He's the man.
He is.
Yeah, it's been great, man. I really, I had never even smoked a cigar before they approached me. And
really?
It was...
now Yeah, you were there
It was
looking all
O'Day.
flash, smoking your cigar. I'm like, okay, check him out.
Thank you. Yeah, it was O'Day. He was like, oh, bro, I'm starting this business. You should check it out. And I was like, I don't really smoke or nothing. He was like, oh, bro, just try it, And I was like, I have this running joke. I have this running joke that I'm like, I'll try anything twice. The first time might have been a fluke.
That.
Yeah, the first time might have been a fluke. I did it with sushi.
I agree. So agree.
I hated sushi the first time I had it, and I was like, I was willing to try it again because I was like, who knows? Maybe it was bad sushi. Maybe it was just bad sushi. Tried it again, loved it. It's literally my favorite meal. So now I'm like, bro, how many things could I have possibly said no to? I didn't like the first time, and then I was like, oh, dude, I love this. So anyways, that's just a running joke I got. I was like, I'll try anything twice. So, and I'm always open. I'm like, I want to try everything for myself to see, what I think about it, to have my own personal opinion on it. But anyways, went out with them, smoked a cigar. It was pretty nice. I was like, knowing like you're not actually inhaling. And it seems like a great celebratory thing,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's been really nice. I really enjoy it. It's a great social outing for me because I don't have to go out and get lit.
Yeah.
Freaking and I love talking, having conversation. I feel like it's a great way to strengthen the mind and strengthen relationships. So,
and it seems like everybody that you're, Brian, O'Day, obviously, they're all like-minded individuals, such as yourself. So good people to be around.
Yeah, dude, they're great people to be around, and hanging out at a cigar lounge has been like my favorite thing now.
Yeah,
it's just super chill.
Yeah,
it's it's
classy.
It's classy. It's kind of quiet. You can have
vibes.
You can have a good conversation. You can talk about business, whatever, whatever you need to do. You're not at a bar hollering and screaming in each other's ear, trying to just have a conversation.
Yes.
So
grown man shit.
Yeah. It's nice. It feels nice.
Yeah, and you don't inhale, so it's like you're not really like messing up your lungs or anything.
Yeah.
It's just the smell. After you like the smell, like you're
smell,
so
smell
strong.
like
Yeah, because I seen the Triumph was at Smoke Cigar Lounge.
Yep.
Yeah, so I used to work there. I bartended there for a while. Yeah,
cool spot.
Yeah, and I loved it, but the smell was tough. I feel like everything smelled like cigars after working there. Yeah. Well, right on. Cool. I mean, there's a lot of MMA news going on in the world right now. Like a lot of recently dropped crazy stuff. So I kind of want to talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
We've got obviously UFC White House that just dropped. How are you feeling about the card? Obviously, some people are saying it's underwhelming. I think with the expectation when we think, when there's rumors being floated around like Conor and Jones are going to be on a fucking card. And then it doesn't happen. Obviously, it's going to be a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
But we got Topuria and Gaethje. I mean, what the heck?
Dude,
and Alex Pereira as a co-main. Come on.
I mean, I think it's sick. I think they could have honestly probably put a little bit more American fighters on there.
I agree.
I was a little sad for Colby Covington, that he didn't get on there. But
Chandler's on there.
Yeah, shout out Mike. No, dude, I mean, I think it's
see you at the top.
Dude, yeah, let's go. I love Michael Chandler.
I do too. I really want to see him win, but they did not take care of him. Ruffy, man.
Yeah. That's tough.
They never take care of him.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. Though, at the top, dude. He came in straight from Bellator, fighting the best of the best. People dog on him because he doesn't have a great record in the UFC.
He's great.
Bro, he is the most entertaining guy. Like, bro, I don't know if I get more excited about any fight than a Michael Chandler fight because you're like, it's gonna be chaos. Like, it's gonna be madness for as long as it lasts. It's gonna be chaos.
Yes, I genuinely get sad when he loses too. I'm like,
Nah, he's a great dude, man. He
seems so great.
He's a really good dude.
Have
I
you
got
met
a ton
him?
of respect. Yeah. I was really cool with Mike for a little while and got to be in his corner for his last Bellator fight against Benson Henderson and train with him a lot at Kill Cliff.
No way.
Yeah, great dude, man.
That's
really,
so cool.
really helped me out a lot. And super glad that he got this opportunity. He deserves it big time. What a great. There's not a better dude you could put on a White House card.
Right. And it doesn't even obviously you want to win. We want to see him win, but it doesn't matter the outcome because to be a part of something so historical is so fucking cool.
For sure.
So cool.
Yeah, the White House card is going to be super historical. I couldn't imagine they're ever going to do this again. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it freaking is the sickest thing ever, and they have one once a year. But
Dana Trump's like, again, we're doing it again.
But no, I mean, I think I think some people were definitely disappointed, a little bit underwhelming possibly, but dude, I think there's some sick fights. I think Cyril Gane and Alex is insane.
How do you feel about Topuria and Gaethje though? How do you think?
Also insane, but dude, I might be too
I'm already
much.
praying for Gaethje.
Yeah, I might be too much of a fanboy of Topuria, but I just think, bro, I think he's about to fuck around and be the greatest of all time. Like,
I do too. I
like
do.
legitimately.
And
like,
the way Gaethje fights, I'm scared for him going against somebody like Topuria.
you know, Gaethje's another one of those dudes though. It's like
he could surprise us.
He's
bro.
gonna go out on a shield, and it's gonna be fun for as long as it lasts.
How crazy would it be if he fucking knocked out Topuria
Yeah.
or
mean,
did
who
something?
knows, bro?
You don't know. That's what I love this
if
game
I had to
because
bet,
we don't know.
Yep. If I had to bet, I'm gonna put the house on Topuria.
The White House.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the White House on Topuria.
Okay. What round? You got a round?
Good.
He's good, bro. And he's coming off. He's coming off a lot right now. You know, he's coming off a lot of stuff going on, like the battle and having to pull out of his fight to deal with that. He's
ready to hurt somebody.
He is. I think Gaethje retires after. I honestly think he's going to lay his gloves down.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, that'd be the best time in the world to retire and retire at the White House. Like, fought for the belt. You know, and even if he wins, like, I mean, maybe if he wins, you know, he's got to come back and defend it, whatever. But I'm a big fan of getting out before it's too late.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Like, that motherfucker has been
and
in
he
some
is
wars,
got CTE
dog.
for sure.
I mean,
he is punch drunk.
That motherfucker's been in
like I know he's
some
always high,
wars.
but he is punch drunk.
Yeah, so
love him though. Love him,
dude. He's the best.
He's one of my
so
favorite
dope.
fighters.
He's so dope.
BMF for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just a big fan of I think this sport takes a lot from you. You know, it gives you a lot. But it takes a lot.
You give and give and give, and it takes and takes and takes.
Yep.
But the little that it gives feels so good.
Yeah, and you know, as cliche as this is, and it's something I've had to like really come to grips with, is like, it's not exactly everything that I hoped and dreamed of, like whenever I was younger.
Yeah.
But who I've become, like because of it, is like, dude, I couldn't have done anything else in my life other than fighting to like make me who I am. I couldn't imagine, like, you know. So as cliche as it is, like that's the most important thing. I get to live the rest of my life as the way I think about it is just like the quality or level of human being that you have to develop in order to rise to the level of greatness it requires in order to, you know, step into the cage in front of the world and compete at the highest level. So it takes a lot, teaches you a lot, and I'm a big fan though whenever people get out at the right time. I think nobody's done it better than Terrence Crawford, at least in recent memory.
Oh my gosh!
You know,
Wow,
dude, on top
incredible!
Of the world. Yeah, on top of the world. It's like, got what I want.
And
Thanks,
he's like,
guys.
"You think I'm paying for that belt? Fuck you!"
Hell no. Yeah.
I got the belt. It's literally mine.
And it's perfect. And now he's all in on his kids, and bro, that's the goal. Is freaking beat the game, and then help everybody else.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, yo, I got the secrets now. I know how to do it because I did it.
Yes.
And help everybody else out. You know.
Yep. Speaking of boxing, we've got MVP, Most Valuable Promotions, obviously now coming up, going into the MMA side of the game. Big card coming up, Gina Carano versus Ronda Rousey. It's like a 3-fight banger, you know, Gina Carano versus Ronda, Francis versus Felipe, Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. Like, this is huge. How do you feel about this one?
Yeah,
and
that's
do you
crazy.
think that MVP is going to be the one that's competing with the UFC? Like, out of all fucking promotions?
I don't know. It kind of depends on what you mean by competing with the UFC. I don't think anything's ever going to compete with the UFC. I think it's just so far gone.
Do you think even with the money that they have and that they're throwing out?
I don't know. I have no idea. But as far as like brand recognition, nothing's ever going to touch the UFC.
You're right.
Like, there's a lot of other places you could go play professional football, but like
the NFL. You're right.
The NFL is the only place people know of.
Yeah,
Like
you're
you
very
could go
right.
play professional baseball at a lot of other organizations.
Yeah.
But like everybody's trying to be in the MLB.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a lot of I think there's a ton of amazing fights to be made, and I'm so glad. I think competition is healthy always. I think, especially in our society now, everybody's gotten a little bit weakened by the amount of comfortability that we live in constantly.
Yeah.
To where competition is sometimes looked at as like a negative, but competition always forces you to elevate your game, you know. So if like MVP, that promotion comes along and is paying people super good and putting on sick fights, and like all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, this is like a crazy legit organization. It might make the UFC step up their game in some ways, whatever that may even may be.
Very true.
You know, and you don't know what you don't know. And that's why competition is so important, because unless you're constantly pushing yourself to evolve and be better, who knows what else is you're leaving on the table, like how much better you could be making your product or yourself or your organization or whatever it is. And a lot of times, if you don't have something that's actually like really challenging you, like competition, then you're never going to reach that level. You know, you'll never there's absolutely a higher level that is reached when you have something that really challenges you, you know, and that's what competition is so amazing for.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And I think I agree. And what you just said, and also, you know, UFC is the UFC, you know, but I like it because I think it's just, there's more opportunities for fighters that aren't in the UFC. You know what I mean? Like before it was kind of, obviously Bellator, we lost Bellator, RIP, but I loved Bellator. I really did. And then PFL kind of, you know, it's still doing its thing, but it's not, I don't think as great as we kind of thought it was going to be. So I think it's cool if MVP can continue, if they continue on the MMA side as well. I think it'd be great for fighters, you know, that just maybe aren't, because the UFC also is at such a different level.
Yeah,
it really is. Like
it's the cream of the crop for sure.
Like you see, like when you see the Bellator fighters coming over, and you know they're great. Obviously, they're amazing. You know, Aaron Pico, Patchy Mix, Patricio, they're freaking great. Michael Chandler. Then they come over to the UFC, and it's just, there really is a level difference. You know,
yeah, there really is.
So maybe MVP is just that new promotion that's where that one level below you belong. Maybe, you know, which is okay.
Yeah, for sure. And like you were saying, like the UFC, everybody's trying to be in the UFC. MMA is the fastest growing sport in the world. I don't know if that's statistically true, but I would definitely believe it. But I'm no freaking factologist. But I would definitely assume MMA is at least one of the fastest growing sports in the world. And with that is coming a gigantic rise in competitors. Like there's so many high level people, dude, that the UFC can't house them all. Like they only put on so many shows a year. Right. So those people definitely deserve and need a place to go compete. And we want to see those fights. Like, bro, the more fights to watch, the better. So, yeah, man, if there's another organization that's going to put on a good quality promotion, pay people well, and give these guys and girls a platform to go do their thing and get to compete in a sport that they love, that's pushing them to be better, bro, all for it. Let's go. Like, send it. Shout out freaking Jake Paul. And I think Jake Paul's been... I haven't been a big fan of a lot of his tactics and I get you, stuff like that. But I think he's definitely a net positive for the sport of like combat sports in general.
Honestly, he should just be a promoter. He's really good at it.
Dude, incredible. Yeah. He's so smart, man.
I will give flowers where they're due. People hate on him, but he trains, he puts in the work, and he shows out. He really does. Bro. And he went, he lost where he was supposed to lose to a man that was better than him.
He has gotten a lot better. I will say, so that was one of the big complaints I had with him for a long time was like, bro, I really believed. I was like, bro, I believe you that you're training like a professional fighter. I believe you that you're training twice a day, eat, sleep, breathe this stuff. But there's guys that do this from 6 years old. For 20 years, bro, that do that. It's like, dude, there's a lot. Think about running a race. There's a lot of people that can start out hot. You can fucking start at a dead sprint. And before you know it, you're like, oh my God, I have so much longer left in this race. And I have to maintain this pace for that long. And that's when it gets hard. Everybody's kind of like, I don't think I can keep doing this. Like every single day. Yeah. Wake up and do it again. Get beat up. Go put in the work. Get exhausted. Push past your limits. Go eat the boring food. Stop going out all night. Every single day, over and over and over and over again. So that's why I was like, for the first like 2 years or whatever, I was like, bro, I believe you that you're training like a professional. But let's see if you can maintain that for 15 more years or whatever it is, whatever it takes to be,
that's a really good point.
The best in the world.
Really good point. I never thought about that, thinking about him. It's a good perspective.
But I really do. I think that he's came a really long way. Like that, I know that dude's putting in the work because you can't have the results and the progress that he's made without doing so.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, ultimately, I'm overall, I think he's great for combat sports. He's super big on fighter pay. I think that's super awesome that he's an advocate for fighter pay. And, getting people paid, and
he seems like he's a great businessman.
Oh, super! Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and
which is
we need more of that.
Ultimately, what it comes down to.
Entertainment.
Yep. Exactly. Real quick. I did want your opinion. How did you feel about the BMF title fight? A lot of people have like their opinions saying that that shouldn't have been a BMF title fight because it was just mainly it was grappling heavy, mainly grappling based. Yep. I personally thought it was a beautiful display of elite grappling, but what is your opinion?
Yeah, I think that I get people's gripes and complaints for sure. I was there in person.
Okay.
And be completely honest with you, I started getting on my phone a little bit. I caught myself. I don't like to do that. I'm like, I love watching fights, and especially something that high level.
Right, yeah.
But even myself, I got a little bit bored.
I get you.
And but I think that's more on Max to be able to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
And but I do think that Charles can and should get better at opening up, taking some more chances, especially when you're being so dominant that 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 if you open up and you take some chances and things aren't going well, you could go right back to what you were doing. Open up, posture up, try to land some strikes, finish the fight, get him out of there. And he was doing that. He was trying to get the choke.
He was aggressive.
He
didn't just ride him or anything like that. He was aggressive.
But man, I almost don't even like to complain or anything anymore because I'm just like, bro, people have no idea the pressure, of like performing in that situation to where when you go in, it's so hard to make adjustments on the fly to where if he felt like, he had all the success grappling and it's hard to be like, sometimes to take a chance, and especially against somebody like Max that is always going to be in the fight and could catch you at any moment
and literally put you to sleep.
So I get it. I get people's complaints, but I'm also like I said, I would almost kind of put that more on Max to be like he should have been able to defend that better. With that being said, bro, how fucking good is Charles?
Wow, it was incredible.
How good is
and
Charles?
Like the reason I I'm with you. I understand people's complaints and stuff, but like I said, it was a beautiful display of grappling, and he was aggressive with it. He wasn't just like riding his back. He was striking when he could, raining down when he could, ripping the face. Like he was making it really ugly.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So respect. Yeah. I liked it. I like Charles though. I love Max. I was sad. I didn't want nobody to lose, but
that was
it was one of those.
I think a lot of people were disappointed. Where a lot of the disappointment came from is that, dude, the anticipation for the fight. I was so hyped. Yeah, like being there, I was like,
was the energy
dude, I
crazy?
Can't believe. Yeah, it was crazy, but yeah, I remember leading up to the fights. The fights were pretty good, and I was like, oh my God, we still have Charles and Max after this?
Yeah.
That's insane. So I think, that's it's true to life. A lot of times, depending on our expectations, we'll be let down. So, but I get it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I want to circle back really quick. You had said, maybe it wasn't like exactly what you had thought it was going to be when you got here, and getting people getting out early. You're obviously nowhere near the end of your career, but I guess my question is, what are the main goals here, like your life goals? Obviously a fight career, especially a UFC career, isn't forever. So what's Evan Elder's life like looking like when this is done? Do you have goals or plans?
My whole goal ever since I got into fighting was just to be able to take care of my family. And obviously my family that I have now, being able to retire my parents and make sure my sisters are always taken care of and my nephews got what they need, and any opportunities that I could ever bring them, but also for the future family that I want to have, wife and kids eventually. And I would say as far as that goes, I definitely want to have a nice piece of land live out somewhere kind of secluded.
Yeah.
And definitely want to have a gym and, gym at the house and a gym to train, anybody and everybody. I want to help people be the best that they can be on and off the mats, and pass on, all the skills that I've learned and everything that I've learned through my journey, and help people to apply that there to their life. So anyways, yeah, I guess I would say, to boil it down, I just want to be able to take care of my family, take care of, my current family, my future family, have an amazing place to live and to spend the rest of my life, have kind of a little bit of a homestead with, some animals and garden and stuff like that, to be able to be, I would love to figure out how to be self-sustaining, and self-sufficient, maybe is the right way to put that. But live off my land,
yes.
and then have a freaking dope gym to train
yeah.
people and have an amazing community of people there. So that would probably be like the overall end goal. And if I said if I could have it my way, if I was freaking UFC world champion and I figured out how to make billions of dollars, I would have. I would try to do anything and everything within my power to have some sort of organizations to, help the less fortunate, make sure everybody's got the opportunity to build skills and to just have a chance. I think I don't think there's any lack of talent in the world. I think there is some lack of opportunity, and a lot of people just need an opportunity to get put in a position to be able to showcase how great they are.
Yeah.
And, so I'd love to be able to do something with that. And that's definitely not figured out by any means, but
of course, got time.
Anyways, I'm focusing, keeping the main thing.
100%.
If I get to be UFC world champion, I think that'll handle most of it, because that'll give me the platform and the resources to do everything I want to do. So,
yep. Well, I think you're on your way.
Thank you.
For sure, on your way. Before we jump into a little bit of fun, before I let you go, I did want to give you a chance to kind of, what would you tell a younger fighter, or somebody with a dream similar to yours coming up? Because you kind of came from the mud as far as living on a couch to chase your dream, moving around, doing all that. So what would you tell somebody that wants this?
Yeah, man, I don't want to say I came from the mud, because I think there's a lot of people that have had a lot harder route. And but yeah, I've had to sacrifice just like everybody. I planned on, when I first moved to California, I was going to live out of my car, and I was just going to figure it out. That was I had no problem with that always. The more people I talk to about that now, it seems like a crazy thing. They're like, "You're going to live out of your car?" And I was like, "You had to sleep on couches?" And I was like, "Bro, that's not that bad." I just figure, ever since I was young, I was like, yeah, that's what it takes. You got to give up you got to be willing to do whatever it takes to get what you want.
Yeah.
And that's why most people never achieve what they want, is because it's like, oh, I want this thing, but I don't really want to pay the price.
Right.
And it's like, well, then don't want that thing.
There's easier things to want.
Just adjust your desire. Like there's a great quote, I think it's by Naval Ravikant, but it's like, desire is a contract we make with ourselves to be unhappy until we get it, what it is that we want. And if I want to be UFC world champion, if I really want to be UFC world champion, but I don't want to wake up early and fucking go grind.
Yeah.
I don't really want to say no to all the fucking cool parties I'm getting invited to. I don't really want to say no to all the delicious food. Then there's no point in wanting to be UFC world champion, because I'm not going to get there. So you're going to be stuck in this desiring state of like wanting more, which is going to keep you from being satisfied with what you have, while you're also simultaneously not willing to pay the price to ever get to that thing. So you're going to be in this perpetual state of unhappy, because you need to adjust your goals. But if you actually want to do that thing, figure out what it's going to take and be willing to pay whatever price is being asked. And then to take it to the next level, enjoy that payment. Enjoy making the sacrifice and paying that price, because while you're doing it, I know I'm getting where I want to go, because that's the price. I knew if I wanted a $2,000 pair of shoes, if I'm paying the person the money, once I get to $2,000, that shit's mine. Like, give me it. I should be excited every time I'm laying down a dollar bill. Like, bro, those shoes are closer to being mine. If you want to be UFC world champion, every fucking training session, I'm getting closer, bro. I'm right there. Every time you got to sacrifice more, I'm like, oh man, I got to go pack up and live out of my car for a while. I was like, be excited. Be excited, dude. Like that's the price.
Yes.
You're doing what you're supposed to be
Yes.
doing. So
I love it.
I would just say, figure out what it is that you want. Figure out the price that it's going to take, the price that you have to pay to get that thing, and be willing to pay it or want something else. You know.
Yeah. Boom. Mic drop. Y'all hear that? Rewind it, play it back, save it, because that was good. I love your mindset.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's go. I've had so much fun. Before I let you go, I'm going to hit you with a little bit of a rapid fire. Okay.
Let's go.
I'm going to name, I kind of wrote a big list. So we're going to go through it. All right.
Let's go.
I just want you to give me, like I said, rapid fire, one word to describe each fighter. Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
All right.
You sure?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but we're going to do it anyways.
All right. Do it scared.
That's right.
Okay. Ready? Go. Alexa Grasso.
Oh man, I'm gonna be terrible at this. The first thing that came to my mind was just Mexican.
That's okay.
Like Mexico.
Mexican fighter.
Yeah, Mexican. Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, Mexico.
That's what you get.
Mexico.
Justin Gaethje.
Fucking savage.
Merab Dvalishvili.
Machine.
Evan Elder.
Oh man, you threw me off with that one.
Threw me off with myself.
Faith.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, good. O'Day Osborne.
Energy.
Ooh,
He's just got great energy.
yes.
Yeah.
Tracy Cortez.
Smoking.
Yes. There we go. Forrest Griffin.
Just legend, dude. Just a legend.
Misha Tate.
Heart. I feel like she's always just fought with a ton of heart.
That's
Yeah.
good. Nate Diaz.
BMF. Yeah, like
A good one.
yeah, cardio. Cardio.
Yes. GSP.
Cerebral.
Ooh,
Yeah, I feel like he was like one of the most intelligent fighters.
very true. Chuck Liddell.
Iceman. Yeah, that's what I think. Iceman.
Yep, exactly. I think
knock
hair.
people
I think the
cold,
hair.
too. The hair?
His hair. That's
For real?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just always think of like his look. Ronda Rousey.
Armbar.
Gina Carano.
Striking. I don't know. This is what was just coming to my mind. Like
That's okay.
good striker.
Yeah. Aaron Blanchfield.
Grappler. Grappling.
Yeah.
Yeah, heavy grappler. Like
Max.
I'm trying not to repeat this. I keep so many of these have just been savage, savage. Like absolute
savage
fucking
yet.
beast. I did. I think it was with Gaethje.
Oh, Gaethje.
Max. Let's say mindset. Yeah, I don't know. Just I feel like I just love Max's mindset because he's a savage and he's always chill. You know, it's just a good mix.
Yes, like a calm warrior almost in a sense. Yeah. I got you. Derek Lewis.
My balls was hot.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
Quillen Salkeld.
Star. I like that kid.
Me too.
I think he's dope.
He's great. Yes.
I think a star is a good word for him. Just
Love that.
Like great fighter and got that superstar
He's gonna
energy,
like this.
personality. Yeah.
DC.
Just champ. I love DC.
Me
dude.
too.
I love DC. Yeah, champ. Double champ.
Yep,
He deserves
double
that.
champ.
Yeah, he deserves that.
Conor McGregor.
Belief.
Oh yes.
Just unwavering belief.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. Last one. Jake Paul.
Money.
Hey, that's a wrap, baby.
Yeah, that was fun. That was cool.
You like that?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I don't know how.
That's my
how
first
well
time
it
I've
went,
done
but-
it.
Yeah, that was
so,
cool.
Yeah,
That was cool.
I like to do rapid fire, but sometimes I do like, well, would you rather? But that's my first time doing
That's
this one.
good. That's
This is
challenging
fun.
for me because
Yeah.
I like to sit and think on stuff and like.
I kind of went. Maybe I overdid it with how many I did.
No,
but.
that was cool. That was cool. I like that. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I got. You got anything else for me, your fans, your people?
I want to say let's give
yes.
Ed a shout out just because we both wore a shirt. Kind of a brash brand name, but
it is. And tell me your thoughts on it.
dude, I love it. I'm still a little bit with the name just
Yes.
because it is so what's
It
the
can
right
be
way to put
offensive.
this? Yeah, but
To some
what
people
I
that don't
love
understand.
what I love is Ed.
Yes.
I love him. I love the owner, and his story behind it is just incredible.
Yes.
I think. Funny enough, this Untard Yourself, which stands for Unlearn Negative Thoughts and Reclaim Dignity.
You remember that? I was literally just looking it up because I couldn't remember exactly.
And well, we were talking about it in the kitchen. We were living together at one point in time. Whenever I first moved out here, I was just renting a room from a UFC fighter that knew him as well, so he was there, and we were having a good conversation in the living room, in the kitchen, and he was telling me a story. I was just kind of, we were just kind of chopping it up. We just didn't really know each other super well, nothing. And he was telling me how he was in special ed classes back in the day. He had really bad ADHD. I think it's dysgraphia, when like you get things backwards a lot. But he had a lot of mental things to overcome. I don't know if I guess mental disabilities would be the right word, but essentially, he told me, he was like, man, I just had to freaking work super hard, and I don't let that shit hold me back. And bro, you would never know. Like, he's super high energy, amazing guy, super intelligent. Like, he's a good thinker, and dude, biggest heart. But he was like, people used to always tell me I was a retard and I would never be able to do anything. And he was like, I had to unlearn all that shit. I had to untard myself. Yeah. And I laughed. I was like, oh, bro, that is hilarious. Like, dude, that's awesome. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, man. He was like, I had to untard myself. And then we laughed about it. And he was like, later on, he was like, bro, I'm gonna do something with that. Like, I like that. And I love the idea behind it of just like, hey, fuck what everybody says. Put all the titles that people put on you, what society tells you who you are and what you're going to do, what you can't do, even more importantly. And you have to unlearn all that stuff. You have to unlearn those negative thoughts, reclaim dignity, but you have to unlearn all of the programming that is put on you, and the ceilings and the limitations that are put on you by other people, and remove all of that, and to figure out, what do you want to do? What do I believe I'm capable of? What do I want to say that I can or cannot do? And ultimately, like, who am I going to be? So that's kind of my take on it. And I really love that, and I love Ed. So
that's literally me. Like, I'm like, the name kind of, I have a hard time with it, but I love Ed. I call him Quan. Did you ever know him as Quan? Okay, but I love him. I love him, and I love what it stands for. So happy to represent.
Yeah. And I even mentioned, so my sister, she works with disabled people, and actually my whole family has a really big heart for people with special needs. And I have a little brother that has disability, and I've always had a soft spot in my heart. The only thing I ever wanted to do outside of fighting was, I was going to college for like 12 minutes until I realized this ain't for me, dog. I'm gonna go chase this dream of being a fighter. But I wanted to be a special education teacher. I was like, that was the only other thing I really kind of was like felt passionate about. So
that's really cool.
Anyways, so that's why it's hard for me to like, to kind of rock with this sometimes, because I'm like, oh, it sounds like you're saying retard. And but I brought that up to Ed. I was like, it's a little brash, dude. And he was like, dude, I want it to be. I want people to be challenged by it. Just like we were talking about earlier about competition, about like, you should be challenged by things in life. And he was like, people called me retarded. And I wanted to take back the power from people telling me that. And take away some of the stigma from that word, I guess, is kind of the way he put it. So, anyways, I hope I did him. I think you did. I think disservice with any of that. No, but yeah, it's cool, man. I'm just glad. I just love seeing people chase a dream and just try. Yeah, and he's trying, and he's doing well. The gear is nice. Yeah, like, I love the men's quality, shirts, like that wash. Yeah, let's go.
We got the little crop top going on. I got hoodies. We got a bunch of stuff. So check them out, guys. Untard Yourself on Instagram. Shout out to Ed, Quan. Thank you so much. We love you. Happy to represent.
Let's go.
Thank you, Evan, for being here. This was good. We killed it.
Yeah, always.
We hit all this. We hit all the topics.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Always good to see you.
Yes, you too. Can't wait to see you in your next one. I know you're gonna go out there and do your thing. All right, guys. Well, you know what it is. Real fighters, real stories, real talk. This is In the Corner with Destiny McCubbin. We'll see you next round.
Nice. Killed it.
Thanks.
Killed it.
I don't think we need to edit anything. No, we'll just go ahead and push that one right through.
Let's go.
All right, so you are going to look at this camera and say,
Okay.
my name is Evan Elder, and I am in the corner with Destiny McCubbin.
Okay. Did you say my name is Evan Elder?
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can be like him.
Yeah, hey, whatever you want.
Okay.
Like, yo, it's Evan Elder.
Hey, hi, how you doing?
Yo, it's Evan Elder.
Yeah,
He
it's all
loves
good.
Lil Wayne.
I do love Lil Wayne. I can't believe I can't remember that fucking
I
those
fucking
song
have
lyrics.
the video, I'm sure.
Oh, that's what it is. Mic check 2 3. I'm different like Blue Pea. All my bitches be half naked like Betty Boop Pea. But it's because I was saying mic check 1 2, and I was like 1 2, and the words just couldn't. It's 2 3.
Okay,
I'm different like Blue
okay.
Pea.
Yep,
Yeah.
there we go.
Now we got it.
Now he's got it.
We got it.
Yep. Keep this in. We're keeping this private. This was good.
You can add it. It's all good. Behind the scenes.